Big Sky Outdoors, powered by Town Pump, fueling your next outdoor adventure, is also brought to you by Counter Assault, your ultimate protection in the wild. Montana Army Navy, get it, get out, and live it. MACKENZIE River Pizza, the best pie in the Big Sky. Glacier Real Estate, your real estate connection to Northwest Montana. And the Outdoor Report is provided by Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Parks. Hi, and thanks for joining us this week on Big Sky Outdoors. I'm Matt Redding. It's a beautiful, sunny, cold January day. We're out with Kurt from Snappy Sports Center in Kalispell, and we're going after some large pike.
Alrighty, so we're out on the ice today, and what we're doing is we're actually tip-up fishing for pike. Of course, we have some other rods and stuff running, but our goal today is to catch some pike on some tip-ups. So a tip-up comes in all sorts of different colors, sizes, ranges, but in all honesty, they all do the exact same thing. You know, here's one by Fraybill, here's one by HT. But what we're doing here, the concept of what we're using here is just, of course, tip-ups run. This is, you set your bait to whatever depth you'd like. Your tip-up sits in your flag here, just like that. And when a fish bites it, you know, obviously your flag will go off. So it's an indicator of a fish eating it. And then it also just, it'll free spool. Everything's freezing up. It'll free spool, so it'll allow you to get to it without the fish being pressured. So there's all sorts of different types of rigging that you use with your tip-ups. The majority of what we use is what they call quick strike rigs. So these are made by Pete's Tackle. There's two different styles, and we can show you. It's going to have an adjustable trailer on it, and then there's also just a standard hanging rig. So what it does is it just creates a nice natural presentation for your fish. So it'll just hang. You'll put a hook in its head and a hook in its tail, and it'll just get that hang to hang really nice. Now they've gone as far as making different styles now, just as an attractor for fish. So instead of just having a natural fish there, when these things move, you know, you can even jig these. But of course, different colors, different styles like that. Same concept though with the hang rig like that. These are some different stuff, just some fluoro leaders, just to extend, because these are a little bit short, because sometimes these big fish can actually suck in that whole 18 inches of leader and you'll still get cut off. So bait wise, we like to use natural stuff that comes out of the body of water that we're fishing. And I'll open these up. These are actually peamouth that we catch right here out of the slough. Of course, they're a little crispy today, but just small bait fish. Of course, you can only use non-game fish. You can't use any perch or anything. You can use the non-edibles, but we like to use just a bait fish, or a minnow, northern pike minnow or peamouth, smelt. All those are going to be great for us too, and that's what we use out here on the slough. So, yeah, that's a little intel on different tip-ups and different hanging rigs.
This is a nice pike. 8-pounder or so.
What was he taking?
I ate one a quick strike rig with a dead shiner on it.
Not a bad start to the day, huh?
No, that's a good start right there. We'll get a lot more here once that sun comes up a little higher. Turn on for us, so we'll save one for lunch.
Yeah, it took half my spool. Yeah, we started seeing the fish come through like halfway through the water column, and so we started putting them a little higher. Just got it right in the side. That's why we use those quick strike rigs. As soon as you feel the fish on there, you can set the hook, and with those two hooks the way they're hooked in that fish, you always hook them.
Pretty purples and greens.
Yeah.
Here you go, Paul.
Man, those are pretty fish. Get him back in. I thought he swallowed her down, but there's yellow on their fins. Yep. Cool. Got another one.
Big Sky Outdoors is brought to you locally by your Montana Honda dealers and by Parkside Credit Union.
Town Pump, we appreciate the opportunity to serve you and give back to the communities we live in. Come check out our expanded wine areas with a great selection and low prices. This month's specials include buy a 30.4-ounce core water and get a core organic free, Doritos, hot dog, and a 32-ounce fountain drink, only $3. Thank you for supporting our Montana-owned and operated Town Pump stores, fueling your Montana adventures since 1953.
Glacier Real Estate understands why you live, work, and play in Northwest Montana. Let Tim Gravel and Kenyon Matheson help you buy or sell your next piece of the Montana dream. Call Tim or Kenyon of Glacier Real Estate today.
I don't think he's that big, but
What do you got there?
I got a pike, I believe. I don't think he's that big, but he's pulling some line out. He's not too bad. Not too bad.
That's a nice fish, dude.
He's all tangled up. Look at that.
Oh, oh yeah.
That's legit.
That's a nice pike.
Not too bad. Sweet.
That's what we're looking for here. We're still dealing with negative temperatures. Look at the ice in the hole. This is the kind of conditions we're dealing with. He's only had this in there for a couple minutes and she's freezing up on us.
She is tangled up good.
Yeah, and those pike, what they'll do when they eat it, they'll feel that tug and they'll roll like an alligator. So as you can see here, after they eat it, they do a death roll here. And he's got line all over the place, but that's a 10-pounder. Yeah. That was bigger than the other one, so cool.
That's a pretty nice northern. Boy, they're pretty in here.
And just thick.
Giant, look at that thing.
Look at that.
Heck of a nice fish. Yeah.
Beautiful fish.
Beautiful.
So same thing, we're just running quick strike rigs on his tip up, and he's just using email.
Put it back.
Yeah, yep, we'll let her release it.
Alright, back down to the depths there, buddy.
Woo! So,
Get ya?
no, I'm good. He's got you.
Yeah. That's
Right on. Yeah, in this colder temperature, if we're not going to kill these fish, we really need to get them back in the water as soon as possible. And what happens is you can actually freeze scales, and it's just really hard on the fish being out here in this cold. Because I still believe it might be below zero.
It's below zero. Easy.
So we're dealing with some very adverse weather conditions. But look how your tip ups are.
Yeah,
They're just getting. This is hard to keep everything moving. But what's good about these tip ups is there's lubrication. These are kind of sealed. So this tube that runs to your tee up here, it's got a thermal oil in it where it doesn't freeze up. So that when this sits under the water, you're still able to, even though it's cold out, it's still able to free spool like that. So
yeah, for sure.
Alrighty. Well, good job, Levi. Sweet.
Yeah, I'm John Nelson with Big John's Big Rods. I build custom rods as far as like for pan fishing. It has a really nice light tip on it and also has a nice backbone to it. You can feel the smallest fish, and within reason, it'll handle a decent fish also. Pete and I have designed these poles over the last couple months.
These are a custom built rod, built for the serious pan fisherman, depending on your application. Get a hold of us. We're happy to accommodate you. Custom rods, they do cost a little more, and you'll love them. These are what we're using out here today to catch our panfish and our bait fish. What we got here is a Sassy Stinger. This is Super Glow Green. This is the Pete Slab Slayer in the perch. The Lead Maggot in a Super Glow, and a Super Glow Fire Tiger Tungsten, all from Pete's Tackle. And they've been producing for all the guys out here. If you want good tackle, go to Pete'sTackleShop.com.
So the flags are going.
Yeah, on a line.
So what did you have on for bait on this one, Paul?
Just a P-mouth.
So we had just a P-mouth.
Yeah.
Got it?
Yeah. There he is.
They're still spicy.
Nice healthy fish. Pretty.
Beautiful fish, huh?
Yeah.
Good job, Paul.
Gorgeous.
Yeah,
I think she'll be alright.
you probably, if you wanted to, you could eat it.
Yeah, it'll be alright.
Oh, she'll be fine.
I'd rather let him go.
Off into the deck.
Cool. There she goes. Okay, good.
Alrighty.
Cool.
So they're starting to go. This is a good sign. So we've got a few more hours to fish here. It'll be good. Yeah, so that was our third fish there in about 5 minutes. So what's kind of cool about this is it seems to be the way this goes. They hit and then they'll, it'll kind of be a dry spell, but yeah, that was 3 fish literally 150 yards apart, all went off. So dealing with weather conditions and stuff, I think it's just going to get better and better here as the sun gets higher. So it'll be good.
In the Big Sky Country, you have some big snowfall. And nothing's better than being behind the wheel of a Honda CR-V with real-time all-wheel drive. CR-V has all the technology you want, and its 5-year cost to own is over $4,700 less than Subaru Forester. Hurry in for one of the 2016 CR-Vs below lease rate while they last at your Montana Honda dealer. Honda, it's the perfect ride for Montana.
Parkside Credit Union and nonprofit partner, MCT.
MCT and Parkside are both committed to doing good, so the partnership was a natural fit. Their innovative partner program sent kids to our performing arts camps and classes and publicized local productions. Parkside said yes, and MCT says thank you.
Doing good is good business. Parkside Credit Union. We like to say yes.
No, it's a little hammer handle. Boy, we haven't got many of those this year. That's cool. Little guy's in here too.
Look what's in his mouth. He got broke off. Somebody ate his.
Yeah.
Look at that. Someone got cut him off.
Yep.
Cool.
That's pretty neat. Someone that's perch. Yeah, someone was perch fishing and hooked him, broke him off.
A little pretty one.
Yeah, he's a feisty little guy.
I'm Aaron, I'm Kirk's oldest brother here, and we're gonna show you how to flay a couple of nice fish we got today here. We'll make some nice flays out of this guy. Go in right behind the gill plate and come right up to the back of the head, because that's all meat. Way up in there, you don't wanna go straight down and you'll lose a big old bite of meat on this big pike, especially. On the back, these pike don't have any dorsal fin until way back here, so it's a little more tricky than the perch. It just takes some practice to go right down his back, stay on one side of the skeleton, and bring that all the way down that fin. And just get a really nice straight cut. You can see the bones are right there. Now we're going to leave that on there. If you leave the fish whole instead of taking one whole side off first, I've found that getting that first cut in and then leaving it on the fish keeps that fish round, and it's easier to get this second side off than if you take it off and it's flat laying on the cutting board. Really scraping those bones to get all our good pike meat off. I'll take the other fillet off. All right, there's your two big fillets. All right, we're gonna take the hide off these fillets. A lot of people are worried about getting the bones out of pike. It's not that hard, it just takes practice. You can see the tips of them right here, these white dots. That's our first edge we're gonna cut along. I'll go right down with my knife, down the length of it. And there they're going off that big back strip. That's ready for the fryer. Come right in here on the lateral line. Push that blade in. Go right straight sideways to my hand. And there's your completely boneless pike meat ready for the fryer.
Yeah, good luck.
This is our outdoor sink.
My brother just got done taking care of Y bones and filleting. All I'm doing now is I'm just prepping for the oil. Pretty good sized chunk. You know, usually I'll do them a little thinner. We got some hungry guys here, so we're gonna make some bigger pieces. We're using vegetable oil today. You know, you want that oil about 360. We're just doing little fish nuggets today. So I just built up last night just a cornmeal flour mix. I made a bunch of it because I knew we were gonna have lots of fish. But I just, in all honesty, you can add about any type of seasoning that you like. In this one, I've got pepper, Lowry's seasoning salt, got garlic pepper. I have some Alpine Touch. So you can legitimately just make it how you like. With flour is definitely what you need for stickiness, but for a filler, cornmeal, especially in oil, it crisps up nice. So a cornmeal is just a really nice add-on to your flour. It gives it a little better flavor and just mixes up a little bit. But you can make it to however you feel suit. In all honesty, it's just up to you. This is what I had to work with last night, so I made us up a little batch, and we're gonna see how it tastes. So one thing you want to do, especially if you got hot oil, I've got a dip basket. Leave your basket in the oil, because if you bring your basket out and then drop it in there, it'll stick to the bottom. So what you do is you drop them in there, and as you drop, it'll seal them in really good so that they won't stick to the bottom of your basket. So our oil.
That looks really good, Kurt.
We'll try this first batch here, and yeah, we'll get you up in the sun there. Look at that, standing out on the ice. Ooh, it's hot. Yeah, it tastes good. Nice and light. Not a real heavy batter, of course, but no, turned out really well.
Oh yeah, that's it. Oh, there it hits. Whoa!
Pretty crazy that the poor bugger that was swimming down here is now getting cooked on top of the ice, but yeah, nothing like straight out of the ice into the fryer. So, yep, turned out really well.
Glacier Real Estate understands why you live, work, and play in Northwest Montana. Let Tim Gravel and Kenyon Matheson help you buy or sell your next piece of the Montana dream. Call Tim or Kenyon of Glacier Real Estate today.
Army-Navy is your hunting headquarters. It's the best place around when you're serious about saving money on the things you need to go hunting. Knife sharpeners, wool gloves, backpacking meals, optics, socks, boots, insoles, stoves. Why, it's a virtual hunter's checklist. All name brands and all at fantastic savings. On Highway 2 in Evergreen and Highway 93 in Whitefish. MontanaArmyNavy.com.
Get out and live it.
So here we are. Aaron just jigged up we're not 100% what it is yet. It's probably a sucker, but it's biting good.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, look at him.
Come here.
Look at that there. There's a big
coarse scale sucker.
Yep.
Destined to be lake trout bait.
This is kind of a sweet byproduct of fishing out here. We use we use these fish as cut bait for lake trout. So as you're out here fishing for other fish, we're getting some bait too.
They're fun because they're big.
And they fight good. And there's lots of them.
This week's Outdoor Report from Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Parks is brought to you by Parkside Credit Union, the best place for the people of Western Montana to get a loan.
Instead of looking back at the past year, I decided to break out my crystal ball and look forward to 2017. Montana's war on aquatic invasive species will escalate in 2017, with Montana's mussel response team looking to prevent the further spread of invasive mussels in Montana. Providing wildlife habitat and more access to Montanans will be a priority this coming year, but balancing the concerns of landowners, lawmakers, and advocates will be the challenge in protecting lands and access for everyone.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Wildlife managers will continue efforts to remove the Yellowstone grizzly bear from the endangered species list. Work will also continue to conserve Montana's overlooked animals like bats, harlequin ducks, pallid sturgeon, golden eagles, and much more. Hunting outlook should favor elk hunters this year, but the rise of whitetail and mule deer numbers also portend to provide more opportunities next fall. Even my crystal ball these days is having a hard time predicting the weather. But one thing is certain, climate change will continue to affect Montana's fish and wildlife populations.
A good brown.
But even with those impacts, Montana's outdoor tourism industry should see another banner year, with visitors coming to Montana to enjoy the great fishing, hunting, and wildlife watching, which make Montana a world-renowned travel destination. From everyone at Fish, Wildlife, and Parks, we hope you can also enjoy the outdoors among Montana's fish, wildlife, and parks.
Bobber stop came up, so here it comes. So what do you got on there, Joel?
Another pike.
Got a pike on the rod, huh?
Here he is. Nice little pike.
Yeah, caught good. Fun on the rod. Looks pretty in the sun.
That's a legitimate fish.
Yeah, just a nice one.
Yeah.
I don't think we need any more. We're not going to keep any more. Do we need any more?
No,
I think we got that. It's just a nice looking fish.
Paul's got a big one on down there. Throw it back.
You got a big one?
Ready to go.
Hey, thanks for joining us this week on Big Sky Outdoors. We'll see you next time as we explore more wild places and more wild things in this great state of ours. We'll see you then.
Nice fish. Yeah.
Beautiful.